If she likes you, she is already telling you, but not with words, and missing it is costing you more than you realize. Most men don't fail because they're unattractive. They fail because they're blind to what's right in front of them, and that blindness quietly rewires their confidence. I'm a psychologist, and I need you to hear this before another opportunity slips away. If this kind of truth matters to you, take 1 second right now to subscribe and like this video, because what I'm about to share is not surface-level advice. It's pattern recognition that changes how women experience you. When a woman likes you, her nervous system reacts before her mouth ever does. Her body moves towards safety, and attraction feels like safety mixed with excitement. The first obvious sign most men ignore is consistency, not intensity, consistency. She finds reasons to be present in your orbit. She replies when she doesn't have to. She remembers small details you forgot you revealed. This isn't politeness, this is investment. And investment always precedes desire. Notice how she listens. A woman who is interested doesn't just hear you, she tracks you. She adjusts her tone when you speak. Her eyes soften when you explain something personal. There's a pause before she responds, not because she's confused, but because she's emotionally processing you. Men mistake this pause for disinterest and talk themselves out of attraction that was already forming. Another sign lives in how she tests emotional safety. She shares something slightly vulnerable, not dramatic, just enough to see how you handle it. Your response tells her whether you're emotionally dangerous or emotionally grounded. When you respond calmly, without judgment, her attraction deepens quietly. When you rush to fix or impress, it contracts. Watch how she reacts to your absence. A woman who likes you doesn't chase loudly, but she notices gaps. She asks where you were. She references moments you weren't around. This isn't control, it's awareness. You're occupying mental space, and that's never accidental. Here's the truth men are rarely told. Attraction is rarely explosive at first. It's rhythmic, subtle, repeating. The woman who likes you is slowly weaving you into her emotional routine. If you learn to recognize that rhythm instead of demanding fireworks, you stop guessing and start knowing. The second obvious sign a woman likes you lives in how she gives you access, not to her body, but to her inner world. Men are taught to watch for flirting, touching, or compliments, but attraction actually shows up earlier and deeper. When a woman likes you, she opens windows into her thoughts without realizing she's doing it. She tells you what frustrates her. She vents. She narrates her day in detail that serves no practical purpose. This is emotional proximity, and it's far more intimate than physical contact. Pay attention to how often she initiates conversation for no reason, no request, no favor, just presence. A woman doesn't waste emotional energy on men she feels neutral about. If she sends you something she found funny, strange, or interesting, she's saying, "I thought of you when you weren't here." That thought is attraction in its earliest form. Another sign appears in how she reacts to your opinions. When a woman likes you, she doesn't just agree. She engages. She challenges you playfully. She asks why you think the way you do. This isn't opposition, it's curiosity. Curiosity is desire wearing intellectual clothing. Indifference doesn't ask questions. Notice how her behavior subtly shifts when other women are around. A woman who is interested becomes more aware of her positioning. Her posture changes. Her laughter becomes more pronounced or more contained, depending on her personality. She's not competing aggressively. She's signaling presence. Men often misread this as coincidence, but social awareness spikes when attraction is involved. There's also a sign hidden in reassurance. When a woman likes you, she checks the emotional temperature between you. She asks questions that seem casual, but aren't. Did that make sense? Was that weird? Do you know what I mean? These are bids for alignment. She's making sure she hasn't disrupted the connection. Women don't do this with men they don't care about losing. And here's the uncomfortable truth. If she likes you, she makes it easier for you to succeed. She laughs a little sooner. She forgives small social mistakes. She gives you conversational openings instead of walls. Attraction softens perception. Men who believe they must perform perfectly miss this entirely and overcompensate, which kills the very dynamic that was working. You don't need to chase signs. You need to notice patterns. When a woman likes you, she is already leaning in emotionally, long before she ever leans in physically. Recognize that lean, and you stop guessing. The third obvious sign a woman likes you is how she responds to your confidence. Not bravado, not performance, but calm self-trust. A woman who feels attracted begins to relax around you. Her guard lowers in subtle ways. She teases you, not cruelly, but playfully. Teasing is emotional permission. It means she feels safe enough to create tension without fear of rejection. Indifference stays neutral. Attraction plays. Listen carefully to how she says your name. When a woman likes you, your name carries warmth. It shows up more often in conversation. Names anchor attention. Using it is her way of pulling you closer without making it obvious. Most men never notice this shift, but once you hear it, you can't unhear it. Another sign is how she mirrors you. She matches your energy, your pace, even your language patterns. This isn't manipulation. It's subconscious alignment. Humans mirror what they feel connected to. If you lean in and she leans in. If you slow down, she follows. This synchrony creates a sense of us without a single word being spoken. Pay attention to how she reacts when you set a boundary. When a woman likes you, she respects your limits and often admires them. She doesn't push. She doesn't guilt you. Instead, her interest deepens because boundaries signal emotional maturity. Men often believe saying yes to everything increases attraction. Psychologically, it does the opposite. Stability is magnetic. There's also a powerful sign hidden in silence. When a woman is comfortable being quiet with you, attraction is already present. Silence feels unsafe around people we don't care about. With someone we're drawn to, silence feels intimate. If conversations don't feel rushed, if pauses don't create anxiety, something real is forming. Notice how she remembers moments you assumed were forgettable, a comment you made weeks ago, a preference you casually mentioned. Memory follows emotional importance. The brain prioritizes what matters. If she recalls you with clarity, you are not background noise in her life. Here's the truth men rarely accept. Women don't fall for men who chase certainty. They fall for men who create emotional safety without demanding reassurance. If she likes you, she's already responding to the grounded version of you, the one who isn't trying to extract validation. Attraction isn't loud, it's responsive. It listens, mirrors, remembers, and relaxes. When you stop trying to prove yourself, you allow her natural interest to surface. And when it does, it's obvious, if you're finally calm enough to see it. The fourth obvious sign a woman likes you is how she makes space for you in her future, even in small, seemingly insignificant ways. She doesn't announce it, she implies it. She says things like, "You'd like this place," or "We should try that sometime," without attaching pressure. This is not planning, it's inclusion. Psychologically, we don't project people we feel nothing for into our future mental landscape. If you're there, it's because you matter. Watch how she reacts when you're emotionally steady instead of reactive. A woman who likes you becomes more expressive when she senses emotional control. If you don't get rattled by delays, mixed signals, or minor misunderstandings, she opens up more. Emotional regulation signals leadership, not dominance, safety, and safety is the foundation of attraction. Another sign hides in how she asks for your opinion, not advice, opinion. She wants to know how you see things, how you interpret people, how you'd handle a situation. This isn't because she can't decide, it's because she values your perspective. Respect always comes before desire. Men who rush toward validation skip this stage and wonder why attraction never stabilizes. Notice her tone when she disagrees with you. If she likes you, disagreement becomes softer, more careful. She doesn't try to win. She tries to be understood. She explains instead of dismissing. That shift means the connection matters enough to protect. Indifference doesn't protect dynamics. Attraction does. There's also a sign in how she allows you to see imperfection. A woman who is interested slowly drops the polished version of herself. She admits insecurity. She laughs at her own mistakes. This isn't weakness, it's trust. We don't reveal flaws to people whose opinions don't matter. Vulnerability is selective. Pay attention to her emotional recovery. If there's tension or a small conflict and she finds a way to reconnect instead of disappearing, that's attraction choosing repair over escape. Emotional investment seeks continuity. Disinterest avoids friction entirely. Here's what most men get wrong. They believe attraction is something they must push forward. In reality, attraction unfolds when pressure is removed. The woman who likes you is already giving you green lights, but they aren't flashing, they're steady. When you slow down enough to notice these signals, you stop forcing chemistry and start allowing it. And the moment you stop trying to extract certainty, her interest becomes clearer, deeper, and harder to miss. The fifth obvious sign a woman likes you is in how she touches, but not in the way most men think. It's not always physical contact. Sometimes it's the smallest, almost imperceptible gestures. Brushing your arm, leaning in slightly when you talk, adjusting her hair while looking at you. These movements are subconscious signals. They're invitations, not requests. They reveal comfort, desire, and attention all at once. If she's doing this, she's already processing you differently than any neutral acquaintance. Her eyes are even more revealing. Attraction starts there. Notice if her pupils dilate when she looks at you, if she maintains eye contact just a second longer than normal, or if her gaze flickers between your face and your hands. Men ignore this because it feels subtle, but attraction is always visible to those paying attention. The eyes betray interest before words even form. Watch how she reacts in group settings. Women who like you don't compete for attention in the usual way. They redirect it. They laugh at your jokes before others do. Make sure you're included in conversations, and subtly signal that you're the priority. This isn't manipulation, it's instinct. Human beings unconsciously prioritize who they're attracted to. Another key sign is teasing. Playful, intimate, a little sharp, never cruel. She's testing your emotional tone. Can you take a joke? Can you handle her energy? Can you match her subtle tension? The way you respond informs her brain whether you're a safe emotional fit. Men often misread teasing as criticism, but in attraction, it's an invitation, not a trap. Also, notice how she reacts to your success and your mistakes. A woman who likes you celebrates your wins genuinely, not superficially. She feels satisfaction in seeing you thrive. And when you slip up, she doesn't withdraw harshly. She notices your humanity, sometimes laughing with you, or lightly nudging you back into confidence. That emotional balance is rare and telling. Finally, listen to her laughter. Not just ha ha, but the quality of it. Does it linger? Does it seem directed at you personally? Women unconsciously reward men they like with laughter, subtle smiles, and warmth. These small actions are louder than words. Here's the truth most men miss. Attraction isn't about big gestures. It's a series of small, consistent signals. If you learn to see them, you stop guessing, stop overthinking, and start knowing. You become aware of the quiet pull that already exists, and suddenly, what once felt mysterious becomes undeniable. The sixth obvious sign a woman likes you is how she remembers and references moments only the two of you share. She recalls details you barely registered, a joke you made once, an offhand comment about your favorite band, a story you thought was forgotten. These memories are her brain cataloging emotional importance. She doesn't do this for men she's neutral about. She invests mental energy in you because she feels connection. Every small reference is a breadcrumb showing that you occupy space in her mind. Pay attention to how she initiates contact when you're apart. She doesn't just reply to you, she starts conversations, sends messages for no practical reason, or shares something that reminded her of you. These gestures are invisible to men who aren't paying attention. They're not asking for validation or testing your availability. They're simply creating presence. She's letting you know you matter. Another subtle sign is how she reacts to other women around you. She might smile a little brighter when you compliment her, or she might make light, teasing comments about how she's competing with someone else. Not out of jealousy, but because she's assessing her position in your attention hierarchy. Attraction is always comparative. Disinterest ignores the field entirely. Notice how she listens to you, not just hearing words, but processing your feelings. She tracks emotional nuances and responds to them. If you share stress or frustration, she doesn't just nod, she validates, probes gently, and seeks alignment. Her brain is registering you as someone worth understanding. There's also the way she touches her own body when interacting with you. Subtle, self-directed gestures, playing with a necklace, lightly brushing her hair, adjusting clothing. These are unconscious cues. The body unconsciously responds to attraction with micro-behaviors, creating a loop of interest and attention. And finally, watch how she reacts when you withdraw temporarily. A woman who likes you notices absence. She may check in lightly, reference moments without you, or create ways to reconnect. Indifference does not notice absence. Attraction craves mental and emotional proximity. Here's the hard truth. If you miss these small but consistent patterns, you're reading all the wrong signals. Women rarely say, "I like you," outright at first. They show it through attention, memory, and emotional tuning. The moment you start noticing these signs, the game changes. You stop guessing and start seeing the truth that was there all along.